Give it up for Rick Younger.
I am a parent, so I live in a constant state of panic and anxiety. Hope everybody's having a good time tonight, but actually I don't really care that much. Because like I said, I'm a parent. I'm just happy to be out of the house. Because I'm telling you, man, my son just turned 6. He's so new to being 6, so I have a hard time remembering that he's 6. You know, so I'm telling you, 6-year-old, closest thing you ever find to an animal. I said that about a 5-year-old. I'm waiting for him to grow out of the animal phase. It hasn't happened yet. Because my son, all this energy, all this emotion is right there on the edge. He's just like constantly like, ah! I think what it is, he's putting in that last-ditch effort fighting against being domesticated. Really, he's still dealing with terrible too. But you know, it's the thing about having kids, you know, it's like you're constantly trying to not kill them. You know, people look at me like I'm evil for even saying I wasn't an evil man. You know, because I grew up at a time where people damn near killed their kids, and you know, everybody was kind of cool with it. And I waited until 40 to have a kid, so I'm kind of like stuck in the middle. You know. Oh man, but you know, because your kid will do things that if an actual adult had done the same exact thing, you'd have to fight them. I'll give you a perfect example. A couple of years ago, when my son was still dealing with the whole potty training thing, he was sitting in the living room watching his favorite TV show, Yo Gabba Gabba. And he's all in, he's focused, he's watching Yo Gabba Gabba. He is all in, but halfway through the show, he starts leaning to the side, looking very intensely. What is going on Yo Gabba Gabba? He is pooping his pants. But now all of a sudden he doesn't want to poop on him anymore. So he gets up in the middle of my living room, starts to pull down his diaper, pull up whatever the hell he had on at the time, starts to pull it off, and drops a huge hunk of shit in the middle of my white rug. Now I have to explain to him that he can't drop a huge hunk of shit in the middle of my white rug. But I can't hit him, and I can't say the word shit. I'm like, what would you do? Why did you poop? Do not poop on a rug. Why would you poop on a rug? Oh, I wish this was the 70s. I wish this was the 70s. It's like these are the types of things that are non-stop, and you're just like, because my son is kind of like his coming was prophesied to me by my grandmother. Because I was a wild kid, you know, and she's like, you're gonna have a son that acts just like you. And he's like Ricky 2.0. He's taking it to another level. He's always doing stuff. Recently he did something that I don't even know how he came up with this idea, but I was at the playground and my son kicked the baby. No, it sounds awful. You're laughing because you understand, like, hey, it happens. You know? And it sounds worse than it was because he did, because he all he did was like he came up, he just kind of did like that, you know, kind of like nudged the baby with his foot. But you know, you should never push anybody that little with your foot. It's just not a good thing to do. But see, the messed up part about being a parent is that you're aware that everybody is watching you. The hardest part of being a parent is knowing that other people are judging your parenting skills. And we live in a time where everybody wants to be a perfect parent, and we also have cameras. Everybody has cameras. Everybody seems to know that except the police, but everybody has cameras. That it's just a 5 to 15-second portion of my life, the worst moment of my life will be caught on camera, and that will define me for the rest of my life. So this is my dilemma right here, because I'm like, all right, see, this is like a gateway drug, you know, because if I don't stop this, next thing I know, we're going to the playground, he's punting kids all over the playground, so I can't have that, you know, so I'm just like, what, you know, so I want to do the right thing, but I'm so afraid of what, you know, if I get too mean with him, they're like, see, that's why he kicks babies. His father probably kicks the kid. That's why he's kicking that baby. Then you got to deal with the other parent. Because the other parent was so nice about it. Oh, that's all right. I'm like, lady, you got to get madder than this. He just kicked your baby. You got to be mad. You got to have some outrage. Because now he's just going to look at me like, yo, dude, why are you tripping? She don't care. just was like, dude, we gotta leave. We gotta leave. Like, why would you kick a baby? You don't kick babies. Let's go. Let's just leave the playground. And we left. And I was just like, oh my goodness. Now I'm thinking about how am I going to tell his grandmother, hey, your grandson kicks babies now. So we get home, and I was just like, it's nothing I can really do except just keep a close eye on him around babies. With babies. And it's just like one of those things where you're just like, man, oddly enough, he's never pooped on the floor again. And he's never kicked a baby again. But it just gives you that whole, it's just such a fear and such panic, such anxiety involved, because every day you're like, is this the day that he kicks another baby? But I have to think that perhaps it's something about these types of moments that brings about a passion that delivers the message that you could never know that you were going to be able to deliver. Because no one prepares for that. Nobody's like, what, one day he's going to shit on my rug. Somebody has like, don't shit on the rug speech. How about a time, he's definitely going to kick a baby. I can just tell him that he's going to be a baby kicker. And I just realized that all I can do is I try to do what my father did to me. My father, he, like I said, I grew up in that era where, my father, he used to threaten me and he did a little, but he was more threats than hit. I got a couple of them, but nothing major. But he was able to give that like one definitive beat down that was then the beat down to refer back to whenever I did stuff. Yes, you better stop. I can even just have threats after that, like stuff like, yeah, keep talking smart. Yeah, we're gonna both go to the hospital. You to get some stitches in your butt and me to get my boot back. We're like, oh yeah, keep on. I'm gonna beat the black off you. I'm like, hold. I like to sing and dance. Stop. But one of the most important things that my father showed me was that in spite of those things, was that he loved me. He told me, look, don't go to jail. I'm not coming to get you. But he let me know that he loved me. So what I try to do is I just try to love my son, and I just hope that I can keep loving him enough that shitting the floor and kicking babies is a thing of the